Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So this setup is a little different and I'm so excited to be answering a question/request from a viewer. FYI, I love engaging with you all. I love answering questions, especially in the comments or just a general comment. It's not necessarily a question. I just love hearing and seeing that I am helping someone out there with my very unique and eclectic perspective in this wide, vast world of self-care and self-love, and a little bit of dating and motherhood sprinkled throughout. So let's get right into this video and this comment. So I think to make it easier, I will just take question by question and then go from there so it doesn't get lost in the sauce, because I can ramble and get off track. Okay, so she asked, can you talk about being positive and the good experiences you currently have with being a wife/fiance? The positives. I feel like the positive of being a fiance in this phase of my life is the not having to do it all and wear all the hats. Not that we can't do it, not that I wasn't doing it, but when the right man and a good man, not a perfect man, let me be clear, not a super sexy, hunky, model man. I'm not talking, he's got the nicest sneakers and he's got the nicest chains and he's got the top of the line car. Not a flashy man, but the right man. A genuine man, a hardworking man or smart working man, and a financially stable man. I cannot stress that enough. When that type of man comes in your life and proves to you that they are serious, you don't have to do it all, and there's no questions asked, and you don't have to even like play by play, what about this, what about that. He's got you. That was the biggest thing. And when we were dating, I saw signs of that early on that made me say, okay, let me pay attention to this one, because he's moving differently and he's serious. Anything I needed, anything that was bothering me, or I had to like figure out, or even if I said, hey, this weekend I would love to see you, but I have this, that, and the other to do. So he would try to do all those things to be able to spend time with me, quality time with me, and me not have to worry about all those things. That's what a real man does. And even if they can't do everything, they'll do what they can do, and they will offer. You won't have to ask. I never had to ask, hey, can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? That was the biggest thing. Being family oriented is another positive that I feel like, being a father figure, inserting himself in my daughter's lives, and respecting that he's not their father, respecting that he's coming in late in the game. Okay, we already have a dynamic and a flow, but saying, where can I help you? Do you want me to step in? Do you want me to say something? Do you want me to help with homework? Do you want me to go with you guys to go shopping? Do you want me, where can I help? Because we are a family. Family dynamic, depending on what your experience is. For me, family is really big. So he wanted to meet my family. He wanted to meet my parents, my grandma. He did not shy away from saying, hey, this is who I am and this is what I'm about. That's another thing that I didn't have to say, well, what do you want to meet my dad? Do you, can you, do you want to come to the family dinner? He was like, no, I want to meet your family. To me, and again, depending on your experience, maybe it's an uncle or your pastor or your best friend, your male best friend, or a big brother that you're like, okay, these are the people that are my circle and my village that are obviously going to protect me and want to know who's in my life seriously. And so a good one is not going to shy away from that. Another positive, if you didn't get that already, would be the financial. I'm very traditional. I'm old school, and I'm trying to tell you, there's no shortage of men out here that don't mind taking care of their wife, fiance, girlfriend, and their kids. They take pride in that. They get a lot of respect from that. They don't make it a big deal. They don't talk about it. It's just an understood, and they move in that right off the bat when they're serious about you. All the way from my oil change to if I say, I'm going to get on the road and go visit my sister, it's about a 2-hour drive. I forgot to get gas. He's going to get the gas. And, these little things, depending on, his personality type, he may just give you the money, or he may give you the debit card to the joint account. He may give you access to be able to do what you need, but it's coming from him because he cares. He cares about your well-being. He cares about your stress level and you feeling like you have to do it all at one point. But now that he's in your life, he wants it to be known, I got her. I got you. You know what I mean? That was another thing. Supporting me emotionally, supporting me spiritually, as far as just taking everything being on my time when I was ready. You know what I mean? Not rushing me sexually, not rushing me mentally. When he was like, what are we doing? Because I want to be serious. I want to go together. I want us to be together. I want us to move in this direction. I'm thinking about holidays. I'm thinking about vacations. Even though I wasn't like, whoa, yay, that sounds great. He was like, but take your time and think about it, because I'm not going anywhere. That to me was a good sign of like respecting my timing and where I was spiritually. Am I in a headspace to let him in? Is it a good time for my daughters? All those things were good positive things that came from like, all right, again, compared to all of my other experiences in dating, what makes this man different and what makes this man be someone that I'm going to take seriously. Kind of tied into the financial, but a good positive experience that I would say is a man that's got his mess together and can add to your life. I'm not a big fan of dudes that's like, well, I can move in with you, you know what I mean? Or let's always drive your car, or, that kind of energy. Like, they're career minded, they have their own, and whatever they have, they're more than willing to share with you. And even if, like, I get it in some cities, buying isn't necessarily the threshold of success. Oh, he doesn't own his own home, but he's got a really nice high-rise apartment or condo or whatever. He's renting this, whatever. I get it. But again, is he improving your life? Can you move in with him? Or is he saying, if this is where y'all are ready to, to have this kind of conversation, babe, pick a house. You pick the next apartment. You pick the next condo. You pick the next townhouse. You get the new car. Pick a car. You know what I mean? Here's a new credit card. Here's everything that I have worked hard for because I care about you. And so that was a big thing. He had worked 20-something years in his career field. So obviously he had things that I hadn't had a chance to establish yet because, of my experience and choices that I made, blah, 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 blah. He also doesn't hold those things over my head and expect me to, like have a master's, be making 6 figures, pulling my weight, and doing all this stuff, running around, like kind of competing with him. He didn't even look for me to have all that together. I think what was the biggest thing was that I was fun-loving, lighthearted, and silly, and very serious about the direction that my life was going. So again, back to, my priorities and what I was doing with my time. If he would, what are you up to? I'm busy in school, working, doing this, doing that, all things that I'm trying to better my life. And I think he respected that and was like, well, whatever I can do to help you do that. And even my entrepreneurial ideas and ventures, when I got to the point where I was comfortable with him and I would share some of my ideas, real estate and collaborative working spaces for moms and entrepreneurs and blah, 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 blah. He was very supportive, and he was like, one day, you can do all those things, and whatever I can do to help you, let me know. And I'm over here like just not having to work and pay my car note, my car insurance, for all the groceries, our my rental insurance, which isn't much, but that's rolled into my rent, my utilities, my cell phone bill, the internet bill, that was all on me. And as soon as I moved into his townhouse, all that, he rolled us into his cell phone plan. He took over my car payments. He bundled our car insurance. He likes to go grocery shopping together. All those little things, weren't on me anymore. And so I was able to not only save my money, but take a breather for once in my life and, put my money into reinvesting in myself. So those were my good experiences. Oh, and if you didn't see my real estate journey playlist, he's also helping me buy our next house so I can re-rent out. So that's exciting. And what advice? Give advice about the now and not about what men should do. What men should do, or advice to us? Advice to men. I don't know if a lot of men watch my content or would take advice from me, but what I can say to other women is that just keep being yourself, being your authentic self. Show up confident, show up as you. Do not try to be something you're not just to get a man or just to impress him. That's not our job, and that's not what I did to date, to have a healthy dating life even before my fiance. And I made another video, dating video, when I kind of said I kissed a couple frogs. That's kind of like a yes, true and untrue statement, in the sense of, like, when I say kiss a frog, okay, I might have lent my time to seeing where this might go and what he's all about and, what I'm feeling. But it wasn't like I spent 6 months. He met my family. I met his family. I dragged the girls into this. And then we decided, no, you know what I mean? I had to move out, or, like, delete a whole bunch of pictures on my social media. Now I'm single again. No. When I say kiss a couple frogs, it just means met a couple guys. We text. We might have gone on a couple dates. And, they were nice, but something was a little off, and you just kind of back out, or they back out. And I did not focus on dudes that were like, you're a nice girl, but they didn't even have to say that. You just might lose touch or be super busy, or they never say, hey, can I take you out again? None of that stuff fazed me. And matter of fact, it was funny because sometimes I would be like, I would forget all about them because I'm still busy, not just focused on the next man, but busy loving on myself, having fun with myself, my self-care, my girls, my ideas, my ambitions, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what I talk about. That's why I go back to always the mindset and how you occupy your time, because the men aren't the end all be all. They kind of come along when you least expect it. And you're like, oh, okay, hey, okay, hi, nice to meet you. And then, you might have a great dinner. And then he's like, let me know when you get home. I'd love to talk to you tonight. And you're like, I just spent 2 hours with you, but okay, and then you have to kind of, okay, well, I got to get up in the morning. So great talking to you. Amazing day. Thank you again for everything. Talk to you later. And then the next day they pop up, hey, have a great day at work. If you get a lunch break, feel free to call me. They'll start opening the door for you to, like, be like, you can text me anytime, you can call me anytime. Or can I call you? Can I text you? When can I see you again? That persistence is kind of like the ones that, like, okay, they like you, but you don't do that. That was not how I was moving. Like, hey, can I call you? Can I text you? Blah, 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 blah. Because why? I was busy doing me. I was busy being me. I was busy loving me and really into my career. I was all into the healthcare, and I slept a lot after my 12-hour shift. So all this can apply to your life, because no matter what your background is, because it boils down to, TT, hush. Hi, girls. Shh, stop. Because it boils back down to your self-care and your self-love. I thought the girls were home. Stop, TT. It boils back down to you focused on you. The right man will respect that you are a priority to you. And again, this isn't a conversation. I never had to say, look, I'm all about me. I take myself very seriously and I have a very high sense of self-love and self-care. So if that's something that you can keep up with, great, this will work. I didn't have to say that. It was in my attitude, my availability, and how I treated myself. So and I also, I would also make comments about the aesthetic and the quality of things. I would also comment on things that I enjoyed that were not like Chili's and Applebee's. You know what I mean? That's how I used to be. Like a guy would be like, well, where do you want to go? And I'd be like, I don't know. We can go anywhere. I stopped doing that. And I'd be like, well, actually, I love views. I love rooftop bars. I love water views. So that right there eliminates 90% of the city. He's thinking either, okay, DC, or what's some other rooftop places in, I think Bethesda has some places, or waterfront, Alexandria, the wharf, the National Harbor. Like that lets him know, okay, she don't just take anything. I don't just do TGI Fridays anymore. TGI Fridays has changed over the years. I don't like TGI Fridays anymore. It's I don't know, it's off to me. So it's like that says right there, I have a standard and I like nice things. And if you can't get down with that, that's okay, because I like it regardless. And if you ask me, hey, what are you doing next weekend? I'm going to the city with some girlfriends. This weekend is a little, busy, but maybe next weekend I'll look at my schedule. He's going to be like, okay, I'll wait. And in the meantime, where can I take her that she likes? Because she said she likes these two different things. And I can say that because much later in our relationship, he would tease me and be like, you used to say you liked all this stuff. And I'd be like, whoa, okay. Like, I better not come with anything, and we kind of laugh about it now. But that was me practicing my own standard with other people. Hi, baby. How are you? I'm making a YouTube video, okay? Let me make sure I'm touching all of her questions. This is getting a little long. Lord, I lost my... Hold on, guys. Sorry. Okay, so that's the advice that I would give. You really don't have to do anything different. You just have to keep being you. And then, being bold. Speaking up if something isn't up to your standard in a nice way. Hey, baby. Can we talk later? I'm making a YouTube video. I'm almost done. Hold on one second. Speaking up, like, I can't even use a good example that happened with my experience, because I really didn't attract men that like, let's say a man, a black man. Wow, a badge. Oh my goodness.
Can I show you the YouTube channel?
Okay.
It means I did good in the pledge.
Okay. I really don't have an experience of a man making me feel like I wasn't enough, but we'll use black hair for an example. Maybe you have natural hair, you have braids, you have weave, you have locks. Yes. And you might get an inkling that he is intimidated or has a preference with hair type.
On your face.
Right then and there, you can just shut that down by not even leaning into that or focusing on that. Like, I've never had anyone be like, what are those things? What, like, your hair is really interesting. Like, what is that?
The teacher gave it to me pizza.
Oh, okay.
I got to skip like most of my class.
Oh, okay. Okay. I've never...
And guess what? Wait, I'm sorry. But, Rael, come, show him.
Nice, it's so sweet.
There was only one slice of cheese.
Oh,
so
okay.
I got lucky because somebody left it.
Oh, okay. I lost my train of thought thanks to my children. Being your authentic self and being bold, and like, you already don't buy into, like, let's say, or if men have a preference with hair, have a preference with weight, have a preference with abs or no abs, or fit, slim body, thick, whatever, plastic surgery or no plastic surgery, light skin versus dark skin, you already show up like you love yourself, and you're feeling your best, and you look your best, and like if he don't see your beauty, another man will. And again, whether they see it or appreciate it or not, you see your inner beauty. That's another thing about, and that's why I say show up as your best self, because that means you took the time and you take yourself seriously and you think you cute. It don't matter what Vanity Fair and all these different stupid ass magazines say about, what's hot, what's popular, what's trending as far as beauty standards and looks and bleach and dye and hairless and all this stuff, braces or no braces, teeth whitening, all this other stuff. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you love how you show up in your best self. I've never had a man, I've said this before, I've never had a man make me feel insecure because I don't shave my legs. I do not shave my legs. I do not care to shave my legs. And I wear all the skirts and dresses and heels and everything in between. And so and even if a man saw my legs and was like, ooh, that ain't for me, he didn't even make me feel like that's what he was thinking. That's the level of like, I respect someone enough to like be in the room and be like, I have some self-control to not be like, make some foul comment or whatever. Why? Because my confidence is up here. And I'm not wearing that insecurity on my shoulder. Like, I hope no one says anything about my hair or leg. I hope no one asks me about my sister locks and what are they, and are they clean, or are they easy to maintain, or do they smell, or I don't know. Whoever would have this like curiosity about hair and maintenance and being groomed and clean and all this other stuff.
I put away my lunchbox and stuff.
Good girl. So that's the advice that I would give you. It's a man's job to convince you that you should take him seriously and give him the time of day. It is a man's job to show you what he got, show you what he's working with, and show you why you should even consider sharing yourself with him, your time with him, taking him seriously. And when I say time, I mean text, phone, a visit, a date, whatever. And even if you date healthy and it doesn't lead to marriage, it doesn't mean that your time was wasted and it was a negative. You've had a great time. You might have come away with some great experiences. You've learned some new things, seen some new things. Come away with some great gifts. And it might have steered you toward, okay, this is what I like and this is what I don't like. But you also, again, regarding your time, you didn't let it go too far. Again, we're not talking a year or two and you don't know what we're doing. And he's not trying to, 30 seconds, but stop it at like maybe 20. But you're not, I lost my train of thought again. You are not coming away with like, I don't know what we're doing and what are we. That's not the same type of energy. That's not the same type of, it takes time to get to know someone. But as you're getting to know them, he's dropping hints and clues like, this is what I want, or this is what I don't want. That's your opportunity to be like, okay, is that in alignment with the story that I'm writing for myself? Do I want to keep, spending time with this guy, or do I want to, spend some time dating myself, or do I want to explore other options? Being a great wife, I feel like being a great wife is, do you feel like you're a great wife? That's not for him to determine. I really don't think that. I think that if you were a fiance, a girlfriend, or a wife, and you create the vibe in your home, and you are stress-free, and you show up, and you are cute, and you decorate and plan activities and family things and create the mood and the atmosphere to be like, come on, babe, we're going to watch a movie with popcorn. Come on, babe, we're going to do all this stuff, or this is what we're doing for dinner. You're cooking this time, you know what I mean? Or you're taking us out, or you set the tone. It's really whatever you want, because I'm telling you,
no homework.
I was raised from a Christian standpoint of thinking that being a great wife was a hard praying wife, a wife that went to church every Sunday and Bible study every Wednesday and was submissive and subservient to her husband and like second place to her husband and homeschooled. Oh my God, don't forget the homeschooling. Baked bread, was a homemaker, a helpmeet. That was the term that was really big back then. And modest and quiet and meek. Yes, baby. No, I'm okay. But thank you though. And so I didn't like that. And what I found was as I got older, I was like, being a great wife is being a great friend, being the high energy, being the one that like sets the tone of her home, whether you cook or not, whether you clean and every day or homeschool or not. Put them kids in school if you want to, put them in private school if you want to. That doesn't determine. A wife is really a companion and a friend and some some affection. That's really all that it boils down to. Someone that is his life mate in that sense, not someone who like you're doing all these chores and jobs for him. You're filling this role because how was he making it before? Either he was hiring the help or doing it himself. So a grown ass man isn't looking for you to now do all these tasks around the house to be a great wife. My fiance loves taking the bike out. He used to ride alone all the time. Him and his brother take these little road trips, and now he's like, we got to get on the bike. He likes my company. He likes my goofy jokes and my laughs. He likes just me being here and filling his life up. And the girls, all the noise and commotion we bring, plus the dog and the ferret, that is me being a great wife. Showing up, being cute, spending time with him, listening to about his work day, not listening to the stress and the drama, because again, the right man isn't going to dump all that on you. He's going to be solution oriented. He's going to be like, I'm providing for my family, so I got to figure it out. I'm not going to scare her and worry her, talking about the economy and what I can't do. I'm going to be out here figuring it out. Whether that's a second, third stream of income, whether that's investing in some things, whether that's reconsolidating the debt, whether that's going for that raise or that promotion or starting one, whatever it is. Real men don't do that. They might mention, babe, I'm going to move some things around, but you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. Being a great wife is having fun. Being a great wife is just being the icing on his cake, the sprinkles on his ice cream, and being a friend, a lifelong friend. Because I think too, some guys, they get tired of dating. They get tired of like this Rolodex of women that it doesn't really go anywhere. You got some players out here, but that gets real empty real quick. They stay in the clubs, they stay at these bars, and at the end of the day, they still can't keep pulling the same ones and bringing them home because it's short-lived and it's empty and it's just like it's exhausting. For the dogs, they might not admit it, but most men, especially ones that are getting up there in age, they want stability. They want consistency. They like habit, and they like one thing. They know what they're getting. They know what it is, and that is you all's life. And that is And then again, you being the wife, you set the tone, babe. Come on, we got to plan a vacation. We need a vacation. You know what I mean? You working so hard. Let me plan a vacation. I'm gonna send you all the links to the tickets, to the hotels, to everything. Oh my God, babe, we should have a party. We should have a dinner party. Oh my God, you know what I mean? Like you liven his life up. You take his mind away from maybe some stuff that's going on with work or the pressures and the weight of being a black man in America and all these other things. You are his support and his confidant. That's it. I made this video way too long, but please, I hope that this answered all of your questions. Maybe I can make a short version without the interruptions and just like write down the bullet points, or I'll put this full version on YouTube and put the short version on my Instagram channel. But thank you so much for, again, just being open to ask me my opinion. And to anyone else watching this video, please feel free to DM me on Instagram or on one of my video comments or whatever, however you want to get in touch with me, and I'll be happy to chat back with you guys. And until the next one, peace, bye.